Place your bets at gg.bet. Most popular esports titles. Deposit with convenient payment options. Cool mini games. And 24/7 support for players. Sign up now for the best esports bets at gg.bet.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to what will be the third and final map of this series. Prosto taking the first map in a pretty decent victory, actually. Sprout managing a comeback in the second after being 10-5 down. And, well, we now go into our third and final map, where I'm hoping if I refresh this, we will get the third map odds, which we will. Obviously, if anybody does notice a little purple triangle, that means I can't actually add any overlays, but there we go. It is in favor of Sprout now, as they are 1.47 to the 251. Obviously, if you are betting people, those make sense to you. If you're someone like me, I'm just going to assume that for every pound I put down, or dollar, or Ukrainian, or whatever you want to say, I will get 2.51 of those. Either way, that's enough of odds, that's enough of sellout, and that's enough of not having any game sound for anybody who was about to ask that question. I see you. I see you. I know you're about to come up. But, this is going to be a knife round. Actually, I agree with Sir Troll a lot a bit here. I think the problem with Prosto, there's no doubt individually when they're feeling confident, when things are going well, that this team has a decent amount of talent. I think Kensler is a beast. I think Flaric definitely has some decent talent behind him. Ivan as well has been performing. The problem is when things start going wrong, that's when I think Prosto dropped their collective spaghetti. And I just, after the last map, having such a streak of rounds go against them on the CT side, now, more importantly, starting on the T side, I think the biggest thing, the biggest problem they're going to have is just breaking back mentally, just coming back into this game and go, you know what, okay, things went wrong, but that was their choice. We now need to come back onto ours. And I just don't know if they have that. We'll see. If they get off to a strong start here on the T side, maybe we'll get a bit of a return, but it is going to be the quick push in towards this A site. Looking to try and find that opener. Sviat will do just that. NATO from above trying even to rain death down. But actually, the CT side... Oh, what is going on here? Is the bomb switched over towards that B side? Looks like it has. Rotation will be coming in. Dennis manages one, but it's at the loss of Cyclone, so no real value gained. And while CTs have managed to get themselves on towards the site, NATO does have a kit here and a smoke. Now, if he goes down, the round is surely over, and while now things really do become very problematic for the CT side, there is a chance to retrieve the kit and the smoke, which maybe Spiddy will do. Go on, go for the ninja. Oh, he's got to kill Death first. Actually, he will. And actually, they get Sviat as well, but have they got the kit in time? I think Dennis just about found it, but, oh, that's a little bit of a dicey scenario for the CT side. Looked like they had a chance after getting those kills, but unfortunately, the Germans can't quite do it, and I said the Germans because there's only 2 players surviving. Either way, we are going to see the purchase. I like the fact that Spiddy drops the scout over towards NATO. When, what, the finals of this or E-League? I'm guessing you're talking about E-League. Finals of this are a long way away. I'm sure somebody will answer you about the final E-Leagues before I can get the answer out. Either way, though, E-Leagues. 5 Galils. 4 Galils. 3 Galils? No, okay. Percy. Oh, and NATO actually chiming in with a second. We're down to just 1 Galil. This has gone very, very badly. Galil not really a very common weapon. And maybe that's the reason why the Pistols will do the work, and Sprout have managed to pick themselves up that second round. A painful loss for Prosto. I said that they were a team that needed to get off to a strong start, and well, has to be said they've somewhat failed. Deagles will be picked up. A scout onto Ivan as well, who can be a man to find a lot of early damage. NATO's going to go for the peak and switch away just so that the death of Ivan won't be shown. Kenzo now going to pick up that scout mantle, but the question is it going to be a gift or a curse? So far it hasn't gone so well for the man holding it. Dennis. He's actually looking to go a little bit more aggressive here, and NATO has already got his second kill of the round. Looking to pad those stats a little bit, and it's looking like the T's strong start to this map is quickly going to go down the toilet. Sviat now the only one left alive, and don't think there's really much hope for him here. Just could be looking to try and somehow sneak into one of these sites. But realistically, he doesn't have much of a chance in this scenario. It's just really burning down the clock. So much left to do, and maybe hoping to at least cause some damage. Nice shot to Dennis. Will at least be able to retrieve one, but that is all she wrote. 2-1 in favor of Sprout, and now the T's just don't have the cash to invest into this one. Sviat may spend a little bit of extra money in this round, maybe into a Deagle, but the fact is, could also want to save it to make sure the AWP comes into play. Oh, that's interesting. Supposedly, the second game of today has been cancelled. Dream Eaters have forfeited their match as they are playing in a LAN tournament. So it looks like Euronics have just got the easiest route through in history because they don't even have to play a match today. So unfortunately, that does mean the stream is going to be cut short after this game. And Euronics will be sent into the playoffs. I do kind of expect them to win that game anyway, but hey. Means I get an early home time, and unfortunately for you guys, that means the stream's a little bit short. But I know that in an hour the E-League stream starts, so I think you might just survive with Astralis versus Liquid instead of Dream Eaters versus Euronics. But you won't have me, which is obviously a little bit of a detriment. Either way, we are going to have the T side finally purchasing into this one. The AK-47s into their hands. Still got the Galils actually on the other side that were kept in from the second round purchase from Frosto. And they've looked to try and take some early outside. Already though, the CT side going to kick this off the bang. A couple of kills going their way as NATO manages to pick off a third. It's left all on to Sviat again, although we got one kill previously. This is, well, a slightly better scenario as an AK-47. Other than that, it's looking bleak, and it will even hand into Cyclone's, well, hands. Now the T's, although the loss bonuses started to build up behind them, they're not going to have much into this one. There we go, though. Just some pistols invested into this round. Already going to be getting a quick double, and he really is looking strong on this map. 3 kills in the round. Yes, it's just eco. It's just some stat padding, but considering he's 10-1 at the moment in the server, it's always important that a map like this, your AWP is popping off. Cyclone already managing another, and there you go. NATO just hitting absolutely everything at the moment. I do remember somebody in the chat saying that he was going to go and watch the Astralis versus Liquid game, so maybe he's trying to finish this one off as quickly as possible so that he can actually get there. Obviously, there's a few players on the Prosto side. I'm probably going to have something to say about that. Ivan will now have that counter AWP. Def actually yet to get a kill on the board, and well, it's not really like anybody's having a performance so far. Get quite far down. We'll actually be able to find that opening pick. Now the CT side actually have to try and go a little bit more aggressive, try and find that frag. And Sviat has actually been one of the better players so far. A second kill for him in this round. Well, Def is another. This is going from bad to worse for Sprout as well. All that is left is NATO. If he is going to want to leave a little bit early, he's going to need to do an awful lot in this round, and by the looks of things, he's just going to opt to save his weapons. So much cash already on the Sprout side. Bear in mind, they had the round where all the Galils were saved. And that sort of helped them build up some very early cash. Oh, I wouldn't mind casting Astralis versus Liquid either. I'll be brutally honest, but well, I do like casting, especially like this. This sounds biased, but I like casting Sprout. I like the organization. I like the players. I think they like me as well. So either way, second round on the board for Prosto. A team of younger players, still a lot of talent here, and well, Flaric is actually a player I've watched for a fair while as well, over in those sort of old style Lithuanian cups. Obviously a Latvian, but he managed to sneak in there a little bit. I just see someone put Mato Sapix. I don't think anybody should ever say that again. Awful. NATO is coming to my house to eat Indian food and watch Astralis. Wow. Then I hope this goes to triple overtime. And I'm looking to ruin your evening, as always. CT side, they've got themselves a comfortable buy into this round. No problems yet economy-wise, and in fact, they can even buy into the next and maybe even one after that. So yeah, once again, it's going to find that opening pick. The aggression of Cyclone not working out. Spiddy still looking to rotate in around, and Ivan's picked off NATO. The last couple of rounds he hasn't quite had the impact he was looking for, and the T's just burst into life. Flaric with another kill. Prosto stepping up to the plate. And while T rounds are so valuable on Nuke, that the fact that they've not only won one but won one flawlessly is going to be a huge boost for Prosto's game. As said, they seem like a fairly confidence-based team. Looking like the T's, well, we're about to pick up the pace a little bit, but the early incendiaries from the CT side is going to start things off, and this time NATO has switched of position Gets the opener once again. As I said, the CT side still have some extra cash here. It's not like they're broken by any stretch of the imagination. We've sort of been spoiled by the way this game has gone so far, as it means both teams actually have a decent amount of cash to continue these buy runs. We're normally plagued by force buys and low utility buys, but at least not yet. Kenzo. Finds an opener, but it's quickly traded onto Ivan. And again, back into a 3v3. Percy just missing. Could have been some poor timing, although he does end up going down anyway. And it's left into a 2 versus 2. Flowich still waiting on the outside with 45 seconds left. And Kenzo there with him. Cyclone has forced himself into the corner. And the aggression from NATO, well, could be the perfect timing as he catches Kenzo and leaves Flowich all alone. He has to try and switch over the side as well to find the bomb, but he's turned it into a 1 versus 1. Flashbang is well timed, but NATO, even blind, finds himself the kill. 3 for him again. He still sits top of the board. 14 and 2 at the moment. Finds that pick. Sviat is pretty good at being a little bit sneaky here. I missed the no delay cast as well. It's not quite as fun. You still get my awful responses. 2-minute delays. Kenzo does at least make this round competitive though. While this man is still standing, you've got to be a little bit fearful if you're a Prosto player. 15 kills already in the first half, and there's still 5 more rounds to go. Cyclone with a quick double, and it will be 7 and 3. Yeah, I was actually told pretty early on that it's pronounced Prosto, as I believe that's just 100 in, I'm going to say Russian. It could be Ukrainian. I don't actually know the answer. But I have been told that that's how you pronounce the name. T-side. Money will be there for them to buy into this one once again. But it's the next round where things become a little bit more difficult. They will have the 2,400 into their bank accounts. But without a bomb plant, that probably won't be enough to give them really anything into the next round. And, well, again, we're going to be sat in crunch time. They brought it back a little bit with the 2 rounds they managed to win, but need to continue this resurgence. And, well, looking like they may be able to, as Death finds 2 quick openers. Spitty still on the case, and Percy manages another. Actually going to dink up his own teammate, but it seems like he's just shooting everybody at the moment, as Flowich is the only one left. 1v2. NATO a little bit low because, well, he took a bit of damage and was shot in the face by his own teammate. Not very helpful, but... oh, Percy has now spotted him. NATO even lurking around in the edge of the smoke. Still plenty of time for Flowich to play into the position of the bomb, and Percy will put him down in the end. Plenty of headshots for Percy in that round. And is going to put himself up to 8. And 8 and 3 is the scoreline as well. Either way, all the Prosto can afford are a few pistols. Now, considering how successful Suyat has been as actually dropping into the vents, I wonder if we may just see some sort of vent dive. Pretty effective strategy for getting the bomb down. A little bit more difficult now that the vent on the lower side has actually been moved. But while any attempt has been shut down very early on, as Sviat, well, as Pico really is at vent dives, he's actually going to be the only one left alive. Thing is, we're really waiting for someone over on the other side to actually step up. In the game versus Epsilon yesterday, it was this man here, Kenzo. 30 kills per map, pretty much. And, well, seen some moments from Flourish. Def will actually get the opener, but, well, he is knocking on Def's doors. He only has 1 HP. Could be killed by a flashbang at this point. I wouldn't mind seeing that, that's for sure. I think the good thing about this Sprout roster is it seems that we've seen an improvement for pretty much every player from joining this team, which is very, very unusual. Like normally someone takes a hit, but I can't say there's anybody who's been specifically bad since joining this team, which I think it just shows how much synergy they actually have together. This round has gone from a disadvantage to a pretty huge advantage. Kenzo and Def 101 HP combined, and after that was fairly easy. As now it's Def left on just 1. He still manages to get himself a kill, but it is only a trade onto Spiddy, and he's got to be very careful jumping down here, as a stub of the toe would be enough to take him out of this round. His weight NATO is going to be able to put him down. 17-2 at the moment. And sometimes a man to complain a little bit about how he's performing and put himself down statistically, but I don't think he has much to complain about in this scenario, as those stats have been severely padded. Either way, Prosto, well, this buy's not a pretty one. They're still saving a little bit of cash to make sure they can buy into the next round with the max loss bonus behind it. But the fact is, this is a pretty bleak. Once again, the vent dive will come in, but, well, Dennis has stopped it going much further. Spiddy already with another. Will be able to add 1, but it is looking like this round is almost done. NATO well positioned to catch anybody rotating outside, and an 11-3 half from what was at one point 5-3 just shows the extent of the streak. For Sprout. In the last round, at least, Prosto will get themselves a bye, but the thing is, 11-4 and 12-3, only a 1 difference, I think is massive. As Prosto, well, if they lose the pistol at a 12-3 scoreline, the game's pretty much dead. Again, we're going to see some outer control taken. Dennis, over the last few rounds, has definitely put in a shift at trying to hold them out of this spot. Me lurking around in the smoke. I don't think he's yet been spotted. He has also so much information for his team, and, well, he goes to the peak to try and take the fight, but Spiddy's already done all of the work. Sviat once again. It seems to be happening often. Does manage to get himself a first, but all in all, doesn't seem like much hope from here. Doesn't have control of the bomb. 35 seconds left on the clock. 26 HP. Asking Sviat to be some sort of Superman, but that was a very nice shot. Either way, 19-2 half for NATO Sathix. Sprout ending the half 12-3. And some lovely mid-round music coming in, of course, because CSGO update is just wonderful. I actually feel that it's somewhat similar in that aspect of seeing NATO Sathix as a YouTuber originally. And, yeah, he actually was the first person I ever casted and gave me, like, a review of it. So, Very, very nice guy. Someone I'm now friends with. So, obviously very happy to see him doing so well in the pro scene. I know that's something he's wanted for a while. Although I do miss the stream. I miss the stream. However, from a Prosto perspective, this is something I sort of spoke about, that they needed to get off to a strong start. They won the pistol, lost the follow-up rounds, and, well, with those 2 rounds in the middle that looked like it was going to give them a chance to break back, it quickly falls. Yeah, most of the observing here is done by Auto Director. I am currently a one-man team, unfortunately. So, if some of the observing is bad, I apologize. If the casting is bad, I apologize for that too. Although that is actually what I'm employed for, so if that's bad, then maybe we have a bit of a problem. But just don't tell anyone, because I like earning my salary. Either way, we are into our second pistol round. One that for Sprout can put the game to bed, and one that for Prosto could give them a way back into this, or basically give them a lifeline. Sviat up above, and this is a great setup from the CT side. They have all their players here, ready and waiting. And they've sprung the trap on Sprout. Leaving it all onto Spiddy. Does manage to find himself a first. Spots Ivan as well. He's got to be careful because there is a man looking to try and flank in, and Ivan knows it. Just trying to buy a little bit of time for the rotation for the remainder. Sviat's going to go down, and while Spiddy did make things a little bit interesting there, the round will go the way of Prosto. Fact is, though, that's actually the second pistol they've won, and considering they only have 4 rounds on the board, as of now, that's a worrying prospect. Yeah, NATO did cast. He actually casted the BetNet Masters not too long ago with me in the studios I'm currently sat in. So that was a lot of fun. I think the grand final was North versus Hellraisers. Probably one of the best casts I've ever done. So yeah. If he ever does fail as a player, which doesn't look like it's happening anytime soon, I'll happily have him in the cast. Either way, Death is going to open things up. Fair few rifles in play at the moment for the CT side. Well, this is not going too well in this round at least. Dennis all alone, and falls to the hands of Sviat. Very clean round as well for the CT side. Not a single player lost. Well, this round for Sprout, it's going to be very, very little hope for a bomb plant. They've got a couple of flashbangs. I'll be interested to see where those are used. Doesn't look like we're going to get a vent dive, which is unfortunate. Hot flash will come in. However, they are just being absolutely shredded. Dunk will come in as well and leave Spiddy all alone. And 2 flawless rounds back-to-back for the CT side will give them a strong start, which, as said earlier, pretty damn important for them. I wonder if they'll still go for a bonus round, because they've already made a hell of a lot of money. Do they really want to risk giving a 13th round over to Sprout? By the looks of it, they are going to risk it. Though, already taking a fair bit of utility damage. That is where they dwindle a little bit in comparison to the CT side. The advantage is clearly in their favor. Claridge is going to get that opening kill. Push will come in from the T's. Well, although the T's are very low on HP, they're still winning these duels. Finally, a trade will come in. Ivan tagged within inches of his life as well, and the Molotov may even force him further into the action. He's going to burn all the way down. In fact, Dennis will get the kill because of it. Sviat now has to try and bring this back. He has been pretty decent so far. The only player really fragging on his team. I'm going to be ticking away. Up above, Dennis will be there to close things down. So Sprout will get their 13th. But as said, that was more of a bonus round for the CT side. They built up so much cash with the double flawless victory. And well, what that means is they can get a very good buy going into this one. The problem is they lose this round, and it's pretty much all done and dusted. Sprout only 3 rounds away from earning the victory and earning their spot in the next round. Don't think there's any easy games from here on out in the StarSeries qualifiers. Obviously, we've got 4 other teams being added in, but once again, Dennis on the outside kicks things off. He is normally the man I look to when it comes to these sort of opening kills. Percy, though, meets Sviat, and as said, he has still been stepping up to the plate. Currently 18 and 15. Actually second highest fragger in the server at the moment, but the scoreline definitely doesn't reflect that. Kenzo, however, is going to give the man advantage back over towards this CT side. And well, the question is there going to be any return of pace? Sviat will go down. NATO's still running strong as he's 20 and 6 at the moment. Has slowed down a little bit from his earlier KD, but that's expected going into this T side. Hasn't yet had his AWP in play, and well, we now look for the rotation in from the CTs. Some strong positions when it comes to actually getting things done in the after plant positions. Bomb actually yet to go down, though. Cyclone is going to have to make his way across, and he needs his teammates to cover him off very effectively, but they already managed to find a first. Dennis really is just going ham at the moment. 3 kills already. And now Kenzo's left to try and clutch this alone. We spot Dennis running, but even then Dennis gets the kill. 4 found, and now Sprout 14 and 6. This is the beginning of the end, I believe, for the CT side, as they kind of have to play for overtime here. They're actually going to force it. I wonder if this is more just based off tilt, because this buy is not going to be a good one. Well, Sprout already firmly in the driver's seat, but I think they're just moments away from crossing the line. It would take some real heroics from the CT side to prove them wrong. Again, it's going to be a quick out to take. Dennis has now actually taken his place at the top of the board. T-side again have managed to snuck their way in towards that lower part of the map. Bomb also rotating around. Spiddy will find the opener, and while the remaining T players are on a long rotation back towards this B site. And to be honest, I think they just saw that save here. Spiddy will eventually go down. But the fact is, this round is all but done, and you almost have to wonder if they're just going to save the weaponry to bring into the next. I think that is what they're doing. A couple of rifles have been found at least. Yeah, it's just going to be the save. 15 to 6 confirmed for Sprout. 1 round away from eliminating Prosto from the tournament and repeating a victory that they had earlier in the week. Stand in their way. Should be a fairly decent buy coming out from the CT side. Definitely not a full buy. Some rifles missing, and or maybe only one. I imagine Sviat must have a rifle, otherwise this will be a bit of a weird purchase from Flaric, who could have dropped him a FAMAS. Yeah, it's going to be the AK-47, so not too much of a problematic buy, but it is now 3 rounds in a row for this B-side. Then force it here, straight out on towards the site. Def will be able to get himself one flash. Very well timed from Flaric, but again, the trades are coming backwards and forwards. NATO and Spiddy looking to try and end this here and now. Quick push will be coming out. Sviat actually in from the heavens as well. Got some decent positions here, the CT side, in this retake, and Spiddy is in a little bit of trouble around the Molotov. The incendiary from above may cause them some problems, but look at the position of NATO. He finds first and the second as well. He'll end it 23-6, and that will be Sprout making their way through to the playoff stage, and also the end of tonight. Unfortunately, as said, the Dream Eaters versus Euronics game has been cancelled as Dream Eaters have forfeited their spot. So that is it for this stage of the qualifier. We'll be back tomorrow where we head into the playoffs, so make sure you join us then.
Place your bets at gg.bet. Most popular esports titles. Deposit with convenient payment options. Cool mini games. And 24/7 support for players. Sign up now for the best esports bets at gg.bet.